Hey guys, hope you're doing well today, Monday, March 15th. Had a request to do a video of how I paint these rims. So I have a few extra rims laying around for and tires for different cars and stuff that I've and I move things around from one car to another as I need the different colored rims. Sometimes I get donor cars that are the right color of rim to the paint scheme that I'm duplicating, and sometimes I don't. And so I sometimes am forced to paint the rims. There's a few different techniques that you can use. I'll use the one that I normally use, especially when I do white, because white is one that is pretty fair. It's pretty often, especially for your Penske cars, right? You got white, yellow, and red primarily. If you have like a discount tire, here's that comes with a red rims. I don't like painting red rims. I've done it before. I don't like doing it because it never seems to turn out very well. Yellow is another color. I try to match the yellow, but inevitably it's very difficult to do that. But I do that. I do have to paint it sometimes because it's just difficult to find, like especially the fluorescent rims. So this is a 2015 Logano that came with like the, normal yellow rims, and I painted them with this fluorescent yellow Testors paint, and I just used a little applicator like such to do that. Dip it in there just a little bit and go around the surface of it. It seems to cover pretty well because it's going over a very light colored surface. So the fluorescent yellow, gives good coverage. If I was trying to do that over the black, it wouldn't look right. Actually, if I did it over the black, it would probably end up like a dark green after a couple coats because it's just that thin. There's not as many pigments of paint in here, and it just doesn't cover the dark surface behind it. So anyways, that's how I would do it with painting the yellow fluorescent here. And I did that the other day. That's why I'm not showing you now. But that is one technique. But I'm going to paint these rims white because white is a color that, there are a number of donor cars that come with white. Like, here's a set of white rims from Lionel. But sometimes I just need more white. And it's easier for me to paint over top of black rims with the white paint that I have because I'm using this Sharpie paint pen, and this covers over white pretty well. Usually one coat is good, if I shake it up really good. And so I'm going to do that now, and I use a little toothpick as well to help get the paint down in the little crevices that this tip can't reach. So let's shake this up a little bit. I was shaking it up before I started the video, and just kind of get a little bit of the paint flowing. And the reason that I like the tip is because it's a rounded tip, and that seems to just work really well. And I got to be careful, you don't want to get too much. Okay, so these are Darlington rims. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to do these regular Goodyear tire cars. Now, I don't want to get any paint obviously on that center piece here, so I kind of hold it with my fingers, pressing it up so that stays down. And then let's get this out of the way. And then I kind of take this here. I'm trying to look over top of the camera, so it may not turn out that well, but I'm kind of going. I want to get it started, and I want to go around and establish kind of my border. I get a little high like that, and that forces me to go high all the way around. So get this here. Okay. just kind of go around here. Like I said, I'm establishing my kind of my border here. I would love for it to be a perfectly round line, but inevitably it's not. Just, it's hard to get it, you know, perfectly all the way around. And I'm raising it up here. Okay. And so now I'm trying to get enough paint there to fill in the little holes that are in there. And I'll show you here in a minute. So kind of get that, and I see I got some white down in there, but kind of take this toothpick here and kind of spread that paint around to get down into the holes there. And this stuff will dry relatively quickly. It gets a little tacky, this paint, so you can't really mess around. You kind of have to paint it quickly. So you got to poke that in, because these will be little air bubbles in there. Okay. And that's pretty much it. So I got a little bit on there, so let's kind of wipe that off. I'll have to clean that off a little bit later. I didn't get all of it. But that's that. And then let's do the other side. I was thinking it might be good to try to spray paint this. If you get it, just right, your little template hole where you spray it in here. I have not tried that yet. Because this has relatively worked for me. It's definitely not perfect, but I haven't really gone through a lot of thought as to how that spray would work, and what that would really, how that would really turn out. So I may try that. I may try that in the future just to see. On this channel, that's what I do. I share with you guys what I do and what has worked for me. Love to hear if you guys have, better ways of doing things. Then that's great. I think that's awesome. Go ahead and comment below and say, hey, I've done it this way and this works out great for me. So yeah, that can be, a way we all help each other get better at this hobby. Okay, so I'll shove this down here. So this is, I don't want to do this video for too long, but I did want to show you, and give you insight into how I'm doing this. Like I said, I like using this paint pen, this white paint pen especially, because of the rounded tip. I do it with gold when I do gold rims. Actually, I could show you that too, because I'm gonna do another gold car here. Yeah, so that's the white, and I just kind of set it like this to to dry. I don't like to set it on its side because it all might go to one end of the wheel. So let me show you the gold here. This is Coil of Joy. I'm going to do another gold trumper car and do the gold rims. So this is actually a finer paint than the white. The white's a little bit thicker and it doesn't run as well. But as you can see, this is going on and running already down into those little crevices. So, see that? That looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. Slowly but surely going down in there. Congrats to Mr. Martin Truex and any Truex Jr. fans out there for the nice win yesterday at Phoenix. I kind of like that race yesterday because you saw a team, if you watched the race, you saw a team struggle early on. They had a little damage. They rubbed the wall. And they overcame that adversity, got the car right, and they just zoomed up through the field. I mean, Logano was leading most laps, but you kind of saw the handwriting on the wall with Truex. I mean, he was the fastest car, and just moving. And Phoenix is one of those tracks. It's you can have those long green flag runs and make up some ground if you have people in front of you with older tires. Yeah, what was Bubba Wallace thinking when he stayed out there? I mean, maybe they were thinking more guys would have not pitted, but everybody pitted and he just dropped like a rock. He probably could have had a top 5 if he would have pitted with all the other leaders there with 50 some laps to go or whatever. But live and learn. He's still relatively young as crew chief. They got to grow together, but I think that they may learn from this and be a better team in the future. But they had a good car, no doubt about it. 23 car is a good car. So that definitely turns out a little bit better than the white. Again, just because this tip flows pretty nicely. This gold paint flows a little bit better. This is a little bit thicker, a little bit stickier. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I've said I like using this gold paint pen, and I definitely do. So I should put the lid on this one. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today. A little bit of a shorter video, but that's how I paint, whether using these paint pens or using these little applicator brushes. and a tester's bottle. A couple different ways to do it. I've also, I didn't say this earlier, but I've also sprayed paint onto my, paper plate just to get the paint out of the can, and then use an applicator to lift it from here onto the rims. Done that before for specialized, paint that needs to go on a rim. So just having these little tools, you can get a pretty good product at the end of the day. So thanks for watching, guys. God bless. Have a good day.